Thousands of foreigners have left South Africa. Some of them were repatriated by their countries. Others use their own money to get out. So assuming that...
So do you remember the June 30 deadline? This was an unauthorized arbitrary deadline that was set by these anti-illegal immigration movements as the day that all undocumented foreign nationals living in South Africa had to leave the country. Well, now there's a new deadline.
Guys, there is another date for the March on March again. We all know they just finished the June 30th some months ago. Now they fixed another date, 30th of September. What do Jacinta have with the 30th? In fact, every time 30th of June, 30th of September. Hey. Guys, it is getting hot and hot and hot. According to Jacinta, she said the June 30th March on March did not yield positive results, so they've decided to fix another date. That is the 30th of September. That is 30th of September is gonna be hot. That any foreigner that they see in South Africa, anything the person see, make a collect and moto. Now the new date is the 30th of September. This is getting serious day by day. I'm gonna be sharing videos with you all to watch to see how Jacinta announced to her group, to her followers, that the 30th of September is gonna be the D-Day, the final day that the government will listen to us, not the government doing otherwise. That the government had to listen to them, and foreigners living in their country had to listen to them. So if you know your people are still in South Africa at the moment, please tell them to come back home, because the 30th of another phase, yes, the 30th of September is another phase of the 30th of June. It's gonna be more deadlier, it is gonna be more hot, it is gonna be more chaotic than the 30th of June. That is what Jacinta have said. That is the message she passed across to her followers, like the March on March protesters. And these people, they are ready. They are actually so ready to do what? In fact, anything. Let's take a look at the video, and as you're watching, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel.
So do you remember the June 30 deadline? This was an unauthorized arbitrary deadline that was set by these anti-illegal immigration movements as the day that all undocumented foreign nationals living in South Africa had to leave the country. Well, now there's a new deadline. It's the 30th of September 2026. Now, this deadline has been set by March and March. The group is calling it the mother of all demonstrations, where it's going to hold a number of demonstrations across the country, once again calling for all undocumented foreign nationals to leave South Africa. I didn't manage to speak to the founder and leader of March and March, Jacinta Zuma, and my question to her was that, is she not concerned that the looting and the violence and the harassment of foreign nationals that we saw before, during and after June 30, is she not concerned that we might see a repeat of that again?
Look, looting is a criminal issue. We're not criminals. We don't go around looting shops. We don't need all that rotten food. So the government must deal with looters the way looters should be dealt with, by the law. What we do when we march is legal. There's nothing illegal about marching in the streets of the country. So we'll continue to do so until the government listens to us. And then on top of that, when you're asking about people being displaced, it's not our fault that people are displaced. The people that were hiring them, giving them jobs, they're the ones that are supposed to give them money to have tickets to go home. How is that our problem? Because we're not the one that displaced them. They were displaced because they were fearing the fact that June 30 there's going to be chaos, etc., etc. So they decided, and I know a lot of people who are covering the story actually heard from them saying that they were scared of June 30. It had nothing to do with us physically removing them. So that is the story that must be told. It mustn't seem as if we're the ones that went into their homes and removed them. That's not the true reflection of the truth. And September 30 is another way that we're going to be on the streets to make sure that we make our voices heard. Like we said, we're going to continue marching. When people tell us about the economy is benefiting who right now? Because it's definitely not benefiting South Africans. And a government that cares about the economy will respond to what the people are crying about. Then there won't be any marches. It's really simple. We don't want to be on the streets. We don't want to be marching. We want a government to give us what we're asking for. Build a border wall, make sure the laws are enforced, and make sure that you have laws implemented that make sure that we don't have all these people flocking into our country doing as they please. We don't want a lawless country, so we're not going to add to the lawlessness.
Now, I do have to say that March and March has consistently condemned looting and violence from the get-go. And two, it has also interestingly not taken any responsibility of any looting and harassment that took place before, after, and during June 30. So this is also in line with what they're saying is going to happen on the September 30. And we're just going to have to wait and see what happens on the day.
the mother of all protests, is coming to South Africa, March, and March has announced a second National Day of Action, promising a demonstration even bigger than its June 30th protest. The March and March movement, an anti-migrant campaign group led by Jacinta Zuma, announced the new mobilization on Monday, August 17, 2026, as the SADC summit was taking place in Durban. The movement says this will be a second wave of its June 30th National Day of Action, when protests targeting undocumented foreign nationals were held across all 9 South African provinces, involving more than 20 civic groups. March and March spokesperson Sandile Dube said the group is now calling on regional leaders to prepare for what it described as a massive deportation of undocumented foreign nationals by September 30th, 2026. The movement has also demanded tighter visa controls, changes to asylum policies, action against employers who hire undocumented workers, and restrictions on public services for undocumented migrants. The announcement comes as tensions over migration continue to escalate in parts of Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, and the Western Cape, with foreign nationals facing growing pressure to leave. And on Monday, March and March was also holding a march and picket outside the SADC summit at the Inkosi Albert Luthuli International Convention Center in Durban under the slogan, "It's time to fetch your people." The group says it will continue applying pressure until the government responds to its demands.
Guys, every day we keep seeing different things unleashing in South Africa. So right now, Jacinta said the June 30th protest they did isn't enough, that they didn't get the required, the thing they wanted. According to her, she said she wants the government to chase away all foreigners. She wants South Africa to be free from foreigners. And when they ask her questions, Jacinta, why are you against foreigners in your country? What she will tell you is that we're against illegal foreigners. But meanwhile, our agenda is to chase away all Africans from South Africa. We don't know the reason why. We don't know who have offended her. According to the reports getting to us, they said the Nigerian man broke her heart. Even the Nigerian man broke the mother's heart. And that is the reason why she had to change all her documents from a Nigerian name to South African name, because she do not like Africans. She do not like Nigerians. So for that reason, she is putting the anger on every other Africans residing in South Africa. So she doesn't want them. Now the not June 30, September 30 is the new date. Hey God, I beg. So South Africans, all you guys are going to be doing is to march to the end of the year. You want to just scatter your country. You want to disrupt the peace. In fact, businesses that are working, everything is collapsing just because of Jacinta and her gang. Just because we want to chase foreigners away. I shared a video yesterday about I shared a video about how they went to disrupt the SADC summit that is currently happening in South Africa. These people mean business. So if you're Nigerian, Ghanaian, Mozambican, Malawi, Zimbabwe residing in South Africa, please start packing your bags. Start packing your bags, because these people are not joking. They don't want foreigners if they don't want foreigners. Let's start packing our bags. So then let me know what you think in the comment section. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and share, because 30th June we are waiting.